Hey there. In this episode of Me and My AI, I'm going to be interviewing Jacob Sapochnick, founder of the Sapochnick Law Firm in San Diego, California. We're going to talk about how he's using emerging technologies like AI to build faster, better connections with clients all over the world. Stick around to experience the art and science of digital engagement and building trust in professional industries like immigration law.
They have a knowledgeable tool. So obviously people will understand that it's not a human, but it will also give them the experience that there's enough information there to make them feel comfortable to rely on it, at least for some answers.
I'm your host, Marissa Brassfield, and one of the very early customers of Personal AI, and I am so excited for today's interview. Jacob Sapochnick is the founder of the Sapochnick Law Firm based in San Diego, California. Jacob, welcome. It is so great to be with you today.
Thanks for having me, of course.
Well, I'd love if you could kick off by just sharing a bit about yourself. Every superhero has an origin story, and I'd love to hear yours.
I'm an immigration attorney. That's like the main thing that I do. Originally, I am from Israel. You can hear my accent. And I came to the United States to go to law school. So I spent a few years here in law school, and then after law school, I decided that I wanted to stay here. I tried different kind of areas of law. I worked in different. I tried different things, and then eventually I ended up working with an immigration law firm that also helped me with my green card process, which in a way was kind of a twofold thing because I learned about immigration working there, but I also went through the process myself. And so when I started my own firm, um, I decided just to focus on one area of law, and that was immigration. And we focus mostly on we're helping companies and entrepreneurs move to the United States. We work with a lot of startups, technology companies, and so I think the one thing that we're known for is that we use social media heavily to distribute information about immigration, but also promote our services and just engage with clients. And I've been doing this for years. So we are very active on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and obviously trying different technologies is always something that we always like to do. And that's why personal AI is definitely a natural fit for us because it kind of integrates with everything that we do. And the firm is based in San Diego. We have an office in Connecticut, and we also work. It's a federal law, so we work with clients in all 50 states.
Thank you so much for being with us, and thank you for the work that you're doing to bring innovation into the United States. So many amazing engineers and companies and technologies that are transforming the world are from immigrants. So thank you for the work that you're doing. And I love that you mentioned how you've already been so proactive about embracing technology. And of course, so much good innovation is coming out of Israel as well. Has technology always been a part of your personal interests?
Yeah, of course. Even outside of the law, I've always been interested in just new tools and always interested in new products that come out to improve whether it's a smart home that you have tools inside the home or in your car, or just like for us at work, we have a lot of tools that help us make our work more efficient. So it would be maybe automation of documents or just helping our team to be able to collaborate better. So we're always looking for and I think it's technology is not only fun, but it's also very helpful. And I think the more you embrace new tools and you try to learn, even though it's not always easy, kind of to learn it, but once you get to once you understand it, then you realize that maybe after 2 years or more, people will, oh yeah, now we're going to embrace it too. But you're already kind of ahead of the game, and so yeah, it's always if I can learn about new stuff, then it's always a passion.
Absolutely. And one of the interesting things about TikTok, social media, and also personal AI is the ability to really build strong relationships with prospective customers and clients, as well as your existing relationships. How has technology enhanced the way that you're able to create those connections?
So it's essentially, if you think about it, we tools like video email, where you can send messages through like videos through email, or even like podcasting or audio technology, where you update clients through voice text. So things like that. They just kind of, you always want to stay top of mind by using these little technologies. Even we use Loom, which is a video recording tool, to explain things to clients, and it's really good because not only they get the value of the explanation, but then you also kind of, it's a way to communicate with them and say, hey, we just want to remind you, or just want to give you an update, and then they hear your voice or they see your face in the video. So I think all the tools that we use, they are not only helpful, but they also kind of bring people together. Whether it's our team, or we use like Slack or something like Slack to communicate teams, or especially during the pandemic where so many of us were remote, using learning about new tools, how to bring us closer, was very important for us, and we continue to do this to this day, actually.
That's so beautiful. As you're sharing, I can't help but think about the experiences I've had with law firms, and I wish they took a page out of your notebook. So let's talk about personal AI, because you saw early on that this is a technology that you can use to enhance and experiment with how you are engaging and creating content. So I'd love to first hear how you heard about personal AI. What made you kind of inspired to start the journey?
So I've met Suman before, through professional settings, and we worked together. I helped him on some professional things as an attorney, and then he was, we kept in touch over the years, and then he told me about his work with this project, and of course that was immediately sparked my interest, and I wanted to learn more about it. And the more I understood what it is, I kind of start thinking about the ways that I could use it potentially with my work and in personal life, and that's kind of how I got into it and wanted to try it.
Beautiful. What was the process like of training your AI? You mentioned there's a personal side and a business side.
Well, the process basically involves almost like a detailed intake process, where you have to answer questions that were provided by the company, just to be able to give some foundation for the AI. And then as you continue to engage with it, you provide more and more information, both on the personal side, but also on the professional side. So you train it about different concepts. So for example, in my case, immigration, questions and answers. It's basically it's a work in progress, because the more you train the AI, the more accurate it will be, and will provide better experience for the people that are interacting with it.
Beautiful. How are you using your AI now?
So right now we continue to train it, and we're testing it with, for example, some clients that will be sending messages to our, let's say, well, we haven't connected it to the website yet, but right now they're doing it through the text number that we have, that is connected to the AI, which is similar. They could do it this way, or they actually get a link to join the AI conversation, where they can actually download their own version of it and be able to communicate with us. And so what they do is they'll post some questions there and get some answers. And so we get to see the tool, because the idea behind it is, eventually when it's perfected, that clients are going to be able to communicate with it 24/7, and so they don't have to wait to get answers from the team. Eventually the team will be able to join, because the beautiful thing about this AI tool is that you can change the settings. So you can do it either on autopilot, or you can be a co-pilot where you are engaging with the AI. So for example, the AI could answer a question, then you can interject and answer another question or correct it. And this way it's, so clients never have to wait to get an answer from the team, because there's always somebody who's providing some sort of response.
That is so cool. And I can see how that would be especially beneficial in your line of work, where people have
Right,
very specific, nuanced questions. Can't go searching all over the web for this stuff and find
right.
trustworthy information.
Exactly. So, and there's so many other options that I'm sure that will be developed as the tool continues to grow.
Absolutely. And I love the integration with the phone number as well. It couldn't be easier in
Right.
that way.
Yeah.
Just texting.
Right.
What will people experience when they visit jacob.personal.ai and start chatting with your AI?
So I think eventually the idea would be, so it will be a feeling that they have a knowledgeable tool. So obviously people will understand that it's not a human, but it will also give them the experience that there's enough information there to make them feel comfortable to rely on it, at least for some answers, while the human factor is either, will respond later on, or so it has to be an experience where they feel comfortable that they're talking to a tool that has a lot of knowledge already and is able to customize their answers based on the conversation, which will make it even more interesting for them.
Oh, yes. And I'm reflecting on my own process training my AI. And I imagine you had quite an advantage because you were so early in social media and you kind of have the sentiment of your audience and the questions that they're asking. Um, are there other, something that I reflected on was just the need for kind of clean data going in and just to understand what data you want to put in. What advice would you share with other folks who are listening to this and considering using personal AI for their own custom trained AI?
So I think the nice thing about it is that, for example, unlike the other tools that are out there that are public, this tool can be trained just with the information that you want to input out to the people that interact with you. So there's going to be no other noise or no other confusion. So only the information that you trained, for example, let's say you want to train the AI just on a certain particular area of your expertise, or if it's a personal AI, certain areas of your life that you want to be able people to know and be able to communicate with your AI about. For example, what are some of the things that you like, or what are some of the books that you enjoy reading, or things like that. That would be nice for people to kind of get to know you even before they talk to you. Almost like it's almost like you have. I describe it as almost like you have a personal assistant that is designed to control your image, and this way they set the premise before somebody even meets you, because the idea is that you train the AI on a personal level to answer a lot of questions that you want people to know about you if you were in a networking event or any other place that you are comfortable sharing that info in the beginning. That info can already be trained by the AI. So if somebody already connects with your AI, they already know that information. So when they meet with you, you have more meaningful conversations because you already went through that first kind of like small talk, right? On the professional side, you can train the AI just for the things that you need specifically. So the questions, let's say we have top 50 questions that clients always ask. So those are already fed to the AI, and other information that we think will be related around it. And as we continue to stack that information, more and more things will be available over time. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how I see it.
Very much. And that is the part that excites me. And so, uh, future casting a little bit and just knowing how you've been continuously training the AI, and as more customers use it, our clients use it, they'll also be training and improving the data set. What do you see as the sort of future vision for your AI, let's say 1 to 3 years out?
I think in the future, the AI will be able to connect with other things or other elements in your life. For example, let's say personally, I knows that I go for, let's say, cleaning twice a year or something with a dentist. So maybe somehow communication with the dental office by reminder, by sending them a text message, say, hey, I want to schedule my cleaning. Or on the professional side, um, being able to connect with other members of the team that might also have personal AIs and be able to let them know about um, trainings or updates or things that we need to be able to be aware of as a firm, or maybe kind of customizing updates, communication to clients that have become more consistent, because right now it's just hard when you're as a human to do all these tasks, but the AI will be able to do multiple tasks, send an update, schedule a calendar, do all this all at the same time for the same person. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's just going to be more um, efficient in terms of speed and how much it can accomplish to help you accomplish more tasks. That's kind of like the main focus that I see.
Oh, yes. And what I'm also hearing is proactive and predictive,
Right,
where
right.
the AI is able to anticipate the future based on
Yeah,
predictable
based on your
events.
patterns. So they know that you're doing this and this and this on a regular basis. So yeah.
And I love that too, because all of us, we have more information coming at us than ever. We're making more decisions, especially business owners, in an average day than we ever have before. And that overwhelm is only going to accelerate unless we're using technology like this to kind of simplify things. So I love that future. And as it relates to the law firm and your experiences with your clients and prospective clients, how might that evolve in the next 1 to 3 years?
So I think the AI will be able to identify potential clients in terms of when they contact the firm. Will be able to have, for example, an understanding of what the firm looks like and be able to alert different people, different tasks about different things that needs to happen. So it's almost like a coordination on steroids, and also being able to update and provide information in a very fast and consistent way, which right now sometimes may not be possible. So I think it's definitely, and especially if multiple personal AIs are deployed within different people that are working on different tasks, those together can become a very powerful tool for customer service.
Oh, very much. I totally agree. I'm thinking about the legal industry and just how this whole field, I've been waiting to see how certain regulation will come down or how different rulings will happen. And I can't help but wonder what are sort of some of the topics and themes that you're tracking personally, just as this technology continues to evolve and as the legal field at large is figuring out what to do about AI.
Well, I think the main concerns are typically like ethics, like who's providing what legal advice, and for example, there was the incident where an attorney used ChatGPT to provide a brief, but the brief was completely wrong. Case laws were wrong. So, I think attorneys should look at AI as a tool to enhance the work of the humans. It's not going to replace it completely, because specifically you need to be able to strategize with your clients. You need to be able to come up with solutions that AI may not be able to make decisions for you. So once AI provides some sort of a foundation, you take that foundation and you make it your own. Essentially, what it will do, will save a lot of time and will give you a lot of. It's kind of like you have a person that helps you with ideas, but they're not a professional. They're just like kind of like a soundboard. You take that ideas, you do the research yourself, you verify, and then you release the final product. So the AI will be just a tool in your toolbox, in addition to your computer, to your research software, to your human paralegals. The AI will become an essential tool in any attorney's, in this case, attorneys, basically workflow, to be able to create a more efficient product, and obviously save a lot of time, which will definitely reduce the billing hours for clients, which will make hopefully legal services a little bit more affordable.
That would be a wonderful, wonderful future. Jacob, as we wrap up here, any final words of advice for business owners in professional industries who are evaluating AI and creating their own AI strategy? What would you share with them?
Well, I think it's important for people that are interested in using AI is to first of all understand what are their needs at the moment. Where is like some holes, maybe in customer service, in delivery, and then see where can AI help us. And then once they are actually getting to work with a tool like this, they're going to be able to have all these issues already lined up. Say, listen, we have issues with responding to messages. We have issues with tracking certain things. And then they can see, well, how can AI help us and fill the gap? And then go from there. So once they understand what their issue is first, then they can see how AI can help. Not the other way around, because you don't want to start taking AI and trying to fit it into something that you may not even need yet.
That's beautifully said and great advice. Jacob, thank you so much for your time and your wisdom today. I am
You're
so
welcome.
excited to interview your AI next.
Right.
And for everybody listening, you'll soon see that interview at jacob.personal.ai. That's where to go to start chatting with Jacob's AI and start benefiting from the wisdom that's already in that data corpus and to continue adding to it. Jacob, thank you again. Take
You're
care.
welcome. Of course.
Hey there, it's Marissa. If you want to see me interact with Jacob's AI, check the description below for part 2 of our interview. See you there.